It's cold, it's wet, it's raining. And the thing is, those goats, well, they don't have a reprieve from it, you know? They stay out in the open day after day, night after night. I'm sure they're tougher than humans are, but it's got to take a toll after a while. Hot, cold, extremely low temperatures, wet, just constant exposure.
Heading out the morning of December 11th. Got a patch of sun in between rain, so we'll go see what the status of that goat body is. Take a look at this over here. That looks pretty darn terrible for winter, which means green season here usually. What's scary about this is that the goats haven't even gotten there, and it looks like the effects from the goats from last year. Man, they're gonna re-graze that and re-trample that. And I'll be the grouchy old man who shows that while it looks fun and creative, kids have essentially built a fire hazard. I know I sound kind of like the grouchy old man. It's not that I don't want kids to have fun or that I wouldn't have built a little shelter or fort like that, but I've been forced into thinking about it this way because while we're okay with literally building a potential bonfire, this entire area, this entire habitat area is being fed to livestock based on the excuse of us being afraid of fire. I was just debating whether or not it would be okay for me to, go to the bathroom, take a piss up here. Really, the only issue would be if someone saw me and reported me, but it really puts in perspective the absurdity of what's happening out here, because this entire park has been turned into a blanket of fecal matter. But people are going to be upset about me urinating once. We have been taught to embrace livestock poop like it's something great, but the reality is what was once beautiful natural habitat is now a blanket of poop. Not a little bit of poop here and there, a blanket of poop. When's the last time anyone saw anything close to that large of a population of wildlife in California? And I see what looks like a dismembered carcass. Let's go take a look. And of course, the goat guy is not around. Never is. Now, for all you humans who like to fancy yourselves as carnivores, this is what it looks like to actually eat meat as though you're a predator. They have gotten into the body cavity and emptied it out. And I can only pray that the goat was actually dead. Go ahead, you amazing meat-eating humans. Help yourselves. Take a bite. Plenty of entrails left. Got some entrails that were drug away over there. You're looking at the reality of life for these goats. But you're not just looking at the way these goats are objectified. You're looking at habituating
wild predators to eating livestock. And you got to wonder if these guys didn't hear it, see it. They're wondering what I'm doing next to the carcass. Those of you who actually have bothered to learn about animals do know that they form bonds. I'm sure this goat was known as an individual to many of these goats over here. I'm sure they watched him suffering as he slowly lost the ability to keep up with the herd. Possibly died from eating all these foxtails that are here thanks to animal agriculture, interestingly enough. Look how the rib cage was broken off. Go ahead, humans. Tell me which of you could do that with your teeth and your claws, your hands. Last year when I found a goat that was still in the process of dying, I called animal rights groups, I called the police. And you know what the police told me? The police told me that because it's a farm animal, a working animal, the company has the right to do whatever they want with it. He said that after I told the officer that I caught the guy putting the still living goat inside of a garbage bag. That was how he dealt with the goat after I went and told him, hey, you got a goat you need to care for. But the police also told me that it was fine for these companies to leave the carcasses behind, because I reported that I'd seen that happen. They're like, well, you know, that's fine. They're allowed to do that. So there is legal permission to habituate wildlife with livestock. And then we turn around and act like the wildlife are the problem. Like, oh, we need to go hunt down the wolves and the coyotes and the bobcats and the mountain lions. We're not helping the situation. And surrounding this entire area are people with backyard chickens and other stuff like that. It's just like, here, hey, wildlife that don't have any food left, let's tease you with all of these options that you aren't allowed to have. Let's lure you into our urban dwellings that were built upon wildlife habitat, mind you. And you see the goats behind me, watching me, wondering what I'm doing, because I'm next to their deceased friend here. It's a real nice industry. Yep. My dog pretending he's a carnivore, but he can't handle this. Stop it! Stop it! You are not a fucking wildcat. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! You're not habituated to that shit, dude. You're gonna be sick. I know you got the carnivore teeth, but it's not gonna work out for you. Stop. Jesus Christ, there's another one.